So, court concluded early today in the Manhattan District criminal trial against Donald Trump. And of course, Donald Trump stepped outside afterwards and had to speak to the media. And I got to tell you, that motherfucker looks terrified. He was absolutely rambling. But he did say some things that caught my attention. First of all, he's trying to say, I'm completely innocent here. All I did is write a check to my lawyer for legal fees. I even put in the ledger legal fees. Yeah, Donnie, that's exactly what you did, but that is not the crime. The crime here is that you wrote a check to your lawyer, called it legal fees, but it was for something else. Therein lies the crime. And the evidence and the witnesses will expose that. So Donald Trump's trying to make it like, oh, no big deal, I just wrote a check to my lawyer. But Donald Trump said something else. And I don't think he meant to say it. And I don't know if anybody else caught it, but he says, look, we didn't even write it off on our taxes. Well, that's weird, Donnie. You're a big businessman. You've got legal fees. Why wouldn't a big businessman write off legal fees to the IRS? Why wouldn't they do that? Well, maybe they wanted to avoid Michael Cohen paying taxes on it, or maybe they were afraid that the IRS would track this down and they don't want to get in trouble there. The fact that you didn't write it off is questionable about this thing, reason to bring some question to this whole matter. But Donald Trump, of course, spews it out. Then he starts talking about this bond issue where they cut a deal and he did put up the bond. And he says, we went to the judge and he didn't know anything about anything. Well, here's the deal. One of Letitia James's claims and complaints about this is that they just put up this bond and they would not tell them what the collateral was. They had no idea that there was anything behind this bond, and that's why they had a problem. So Donald Trump comes out today and says, they didn't even know. Well, we do now know that he has a Schwab account with at least $175 million in it. But you see what Donald Trump and this hanky guy tried to do. They tried to slip it by. They tried to pull a fast one. Let's not tell them anything. Maybe they'll buy it. And then when it comes down to it, we just don't have to pay it. Well, Donald Trump was whining and complaining about the judge not knowing, but he didn't know because you didn't fucking tell him. You didn't put it in the bond. So now Donald Trump gets caught and he actually has to put money in it now, money out of his pocket in a place where he can't touch it. Donald Trump's trying to act like he won and he meant to do this all along. He did not. We know Donald Trump. He tried to slip one by and he got caught and he had to come up with the money, and he did. This is hilarious. Let Donald Trump talk after every break in court because he's just going to implicate himself every time.